Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Legend of Mana with me, Kinda Sky. I talked to our cactus friend here, and now we're actually going to go to the workshop today because we have an event within the workshop. So, let's check it out. I built a golem laboratory right here. I'm sure golems you make here won't go on violent killing sprees. Let me give you a tour. Walk this way. Do I have to? And we have to. Golem, go make him. I really don't like this one at all. It's just long and tedious. Welcome to the Golem laboratory. I brought everything I need for my own laboratory. Let's heat it up. Ah! Impressive, eh? But there's still some things missing. These are light balls and logic blocks, and I won't just give them to you. I'm gonna test you to see if you've got what it takes, kid. I'll be using problems quoted from my book, Basic Golemology. Have you ever read it? What's that? Of course you don't know. I haven't published it yet. A while back, a traveling merchant came and begged me to publish it. Why does that sound like Niccolo? He made me buy an old pen and some writing paper for a ridiculous amount, so I decided to put my thoughts on paper. But the merchant never came back for the manuscript. He tricked me. But I always carry it because it is the fruit of my labor. Well, here it is, so read up. When you're finished, I'll come back and we'll start the test. Oh. So, what you have to do is you have to read all these 10 things, and I'm just going to let you read it in your own time. So I'm just going to, you can pause it if you want. I'm really not going to read all this, because frankly, this isn't really something that I'm interested in doing. So, golems are, I guess, like second helpers of sorts, but I'm not really too big on golems, so I really don't understand the concept of them all. So, if you're really, really interested, then here you go. I know this sounds like really mean of me to say, and not really explaining things, but I really prefer not to really use golems, but you're really gonna have to read all these. So once you're done reading them, he's gonna give you the test, and I'm gonna say, I'm ready. Fine, now for a test. Question. A real basic problem. What do you need to activate a golem? Well, we have the right atmosphere. No, you need a body and a block. So, that's one. Alright. What do you need to build a golem body? Well, obviously you need your weapons and your armor, so that's another good one. Next up, logic blocks are made from weapons, armor, and what else? Well, you need musical instruments. We're actually going to go into the musical instruments later, because we really didn't get that far yet, so we really can't make a golem yet anyway. So we get a light bulb, which is nice. Okay. What determines the size of the logic grid, the brains of a golem? Well, you need a number of armor pieces. So, there you go. See, look, you don't even have to read these. These are all the questions here. What determines the type of logic block? If I remember correctly, it was component composition. Not bad at all. Here's another light bulb. Ooh, we get more shinies. Alright. What does the combination of prime components use to make the golem determine? The logic block shape? Of course. Question. What determines a golem's type attack? The weapon's type? Of course. Not bad at all. Here's the last light ball. Sweet. Are we done now? Light balls are globular crystals of pure mana needed for making golems. You can't make a golem body without one, and you can't activate the golem without a logic block. So let's get on with the test. Question. The golem's attack power is determined by that of the weapons used as materials. But what determines the defense power? Good question. Maybe the armor's defense power. That would make sense. Question. What determines the malfunction rate? The amount of armor used. That's right. And another question. The vertical axis on the logic board represents the attack gauge. So what does the horizontal axis represent? It represents the distance to the enemy. That's right. Oh my, you passed. I present you with a logic block jar. Cool. You can make logic blocks by putting weapons, armor, and instruments inside. You can't activate golems without logic blocks, so use this jar well. And I'll give you this. And he gives us basic golemology book. I'll leave my research to you. Fine, now I'll explain how to actually make a golem here. With making a body, talk to one of these 3 pedestals. Of course. Talk to the jar to make a logic block. Also talk to the jar to organize or throw away your blocks. I will retire from golemology, so I want you to continue my research. I've had enough of it, and it takes a lot of cash. Fine. To create and activate a golem, you need some money. To make a body, you'll need at least 1 weapon and 3 pieces of armor. You'll need 16 weapons / armor / instruments to make 6 blocks. Preparing the materials takes a lot of time. I wish you luck in continuing my research in golemology. Try hard. You'll see that making golems is a lot of fun. Maybe for you, but not for me. I'm sorry. I'm really not too big in golems, so I never really bothered to know too much about it. I'm going home, but to help you get started, I want you to have this. We get Menos Bronze, since we got a few of them. We get some iron, I can't read that. Bronze Steel, and that's it. Fine. Good luck in your research. And there he goes, he's off. But, yeah, that's basic golemology, and sorry I wasn't really too informative on it, but like I said, I'm not too big on it, so, what can I say? But while we have the time, I'm going to show off a few things at home, since I'm able to now. I do have the time, since this is a 15-minute time limit, and I do like to show off a few things in these videos if they're like this short-ish. So first of all, I'm going to check my fruit, just to show it off to you guys. Basically, you put seeds in the tree's mouth, you walk around the place, and you develop this fruit, or vegetables, or whatever you want to call them. Basically food for catching eggs to get your pets, or to feed your pets in the barn that you have. And depending on the food, basically it goes by, you can categorize them by color like most people do, and they actually bring up a lot of stats to your pets, and actually some of these will give your pets a personality, depending on what food you're giving it. So, it's nice to pay attention sometimes, and also, an odd but large seed grew on me this time. We get an artifact of the golden seed. I cannot seem to take care of the seed. It must be something special. And he gives us some seeds. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that he gave us an orchard, but for now, so each seed is a different color, and each color is depending on the rarity of what fruit you're gonna get, and the rarer the fruit, the more of a chance you're gonna get the rare fruit. But I'm not too picky on that, so we're just gonna give him. I'm just basically using the food right now for getting pets, because I already know what type I'm getting for my last pet, so that one's gonna be a challenge. Since I already have 3 pets, you can see Boko, Dylan, and Mimic. I only have room for 1 more, so I can only catch one of the eggs at a time. And which one, you ask? Well, you're gonna have to find out later. But for now, we are going to talk to our cactus friend. And then I'm gonna show off some of the ones that we did. I don't know if I'm gonna go through them all, but... Or I can make it one video, I don't know. Nah, I'll just give it. Saves less time. I mean, I do have, 15 minutes now? It's already, 9 minutes, so... We'll go through this rather quickly. Alright. So we read these, Lost Princess is a new one. Finding a monkey in the caverns and saving a girl. Wow, that sounds like something out of a movie. But the girl was really shy and turned red. I guess that was too much for my master. You got that right. And then, Diddle's letter, I'm pretty sure we read. Gorgon's eyes, no? Lots of penguins fell into the lake, and their captain was thrown in there by a turtle after being changed into a stone. Penguins can swim, but stone can't. Was the captain okay? What a scary, scary story. Actually was. Tea time. For danger. It sounds like today's adventure was about opening and closing the flowering gates, and today's monster kept sucking up my master's blood. Stop bothering my master. Of course, minding your own business is a new one. The Birdman says Watts doesn't have any heroic stories to tell. I wish someone will come up with a story about me. He moves like lightning. He kicks monsters' butts. I think I like that. You don't kick monsters' butts, but you throw Lisa's broom into the junkyard. I threw away an old broom, and that made Bud and Lisa mad. They went and got it back and fixed it where it was broken. I guess everything is just hunky-dory now. Well, maybe you shouldn't do that in the first place. The junk in the junkyard really wasn't junk. They were the leftovers of the artifacts used in wars long, long ago. Wow, that makes me like them a little, only a little bit. Of course, glass tower. A girl went up a tower to see her past, or something like that. I'm losing track of what's going on, and getting a little bit tired of keeping my diary lately. Flame of Hope. Did we read that one? Yeah, we read that one. Let's see, what else do we have? I know we got some down here. Nicola's Business Unusual. Green balls look like locusts without their wings. They don't look that yummy to me. I'd rather have fish for dinner. Fish. Blacksmithing. There's a new room in the backyard workshop. It's to make weapons and armors for my master to be able to whack some more little monsters. That's not nice. We should all be friends. Golem workshop. I can put some stuff together and make my own golem. My master should add that to the resume for future job hunting. Mono Orchards we already went through. Monster Crown we went through. Professor Bomb. There was a big chase to catch a pile of junk that ran away from a professor. How could a pile of junk run away on its own? I don't think I get it. Master, you need a rest. Thank you. Watts lost his hammer, but my master found it for him. Doesn't it feel good to do good things? It would be nice if Master could read me a story once in a while. Please? Aw. I'm too busy, though. Well, that's pretty much it for now. So, next time on Legend of Mana, we are going to continue with more of these events, and I will see you later. Take care, everybody.